creatures, and the weather determines everything.
Donc, ce qu'on voit plus loin là-bas, c'est les gonfleurs qui sont en train de gonfler le ballon à l'hélium. On peut voir les remorques d'hélium plus loin là-bas. Le ballon, on voit son enveloppe ici déroulée au plancher. Il va faire 800 000 m3 de volume une fois rendu au plafond. Plus proche ici, on a la nacelle de l'enveloppe, suivi du mécanisme de séparation, puis suit le parachute.
Man, no, shoot, MC! Oh, sorry, man. You got invade, okay.
How do I know if I'm your teammate? Shoot!
Go!
Okay, teammate. Get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
It's on rising 90 degrees east. That's 270 on the east
Yo, yo!
I've pre-drawn some red lines here. Hopefully you can see them. I hope you can see them. Now I talked about the 3 red lines, center of the screen. And
Ah, no.
number 1, they were all 2,000 miles. This longitude here is the 100 line. Let's get down so you can see it. There we go, 100.25. See, 100.5.
Shit!
Yeah, you got him!
So, we're starting
You fucking bitch!
nope. Because all points
I'm
that are
getting
very
so
fast, looking east, and you're looking at the equator. Now let me show you a bigger problem. So when people well, yeah, they're all looking at the equator. You might think east is this way, but nope, sorry, east is this way. Let me show you a bigger problem. Okay, so here we see I'm showing so I'm just drawing a line here so you can see again. There we go, 90 degrees, and that's. So now think about this. If I'm standing here and this person is 90 degrees east of me, And if I grab the measuring tool, I'm about to measure back to the west. Okay, I want to go 270 degrees west. Who thinks this? If you do, well, it might be because you were lied to when you were taught things in school. It might be because you're watching Wolfie videos and you're watching Slice Barcane videos who can do nothing but repeat what they've been taught and have no idea that they're being lied to on a mass scale. Because the only good thing, well, there's nothing good that can do. The only thing they can do is deceive more people. That's it. So you can watch these people if you want, and they will. 270 degrees west is 2,000 miles west. So, let's think here. You're standing here. Somebody. West. Now this person stands here and you said, hey, where's 270 west? Here. So you have to start to understand, why is this 270 west? Well, because when the sun you need this person. So this is the problem. This is the proof that there's a problem with the globe. See it? Shh. To be given truth, and that's it. You don't want to do any work. Enjoy that. For those of you out there who are looking for the truth, you are being shown why the globe Earth doesn't work. Why we need to start coming together to tell the world there's a problem. Entire humanity is being enslaved by some jackasses. Okay? And no, I don't think so this is one of the problems with the globe. Let me show you another problem with the globe that is, and I don't think people realize it. We're going to go to my browser here, and we're going to go to the magnetic declination map. Let me make sure you can see where it is. Okay, so this magnetic declination map. Now, I don't know how that works. If you're trying to figure out which way north is, or which way south is, or whatever, you might just use your phone, which figures this all out for you, because or you can start to look right now, no matter where you are. And here where I am. To see north, I have to realize that there is a plus 12 degree, or almost 13 degrees, declination positive to the east. North Pole is over here, the Earth is here, whatever. That's fine. Then explain this one. Let's go down here to South America. We've got a declination of -2. Here we go. We've got a declination of +6. Let's see what's going on in Antarctica. What's up here? Declination of -22. Let's go here. Declination of -34. All right, let's go here. Declination -42.
There's a guy here. There's a guy here. You're
-47.
Oh, okay.
Oh, declination -51. Oh, declination -53. Let's move even further along here. Let's go way over here. Declination is -70. All right, let's go here. Declination is positive 116. Okay, so I don't know if you know what that means, but here's one that's -40. No, -140. -160. Okay, here we go. Declination positive 176 degrees. Let me explain. Go out the compass. Okay, which way am I? I want to go north. All right, the compass points you north. You have to turn 176 degrees. If you don't know what that means, it means completely turn around. Folks, can you not see what's going on here? Can you not see that the Earth doesn't work the way you want? That you have to turn around? So, okay, compass showing me north. Nope, sorry. I'm going to turn all the way around. That way. You can see that when people go, we all you realize that a +6, and this part of Australia's got, oh, that part of it is not. So it's 0. Yes, it lines up. East you got a positive 12. So when this person looks north, they change their look by 12 degrees. So it's not quite right. You start to see. So when they're telling you, we all look in the same direction, southern star. No, you don't. Have you figured in your declination? Other way. Go down to Argentina. We get a positive 13 here. So hopefully you start to and all and they've done it. They've done it. And then school like you to learn lies. How the hell would I know? I'm that we've been lied to. And then as a group, when a group of people trolls and people saying I'm doing this for money and all that nonsense, because that's what you get. Everybody who just recognizes the fact that even the assholes, guys, we are trying to help them see that they've been deceived and they just want to fight it. Good for them. Enjoy your lives. Enjoy your ball earth. I hope you have fun. I'm not trying to talk to them. I'm trying to talk to people who recognize that the world is not what they thought it was.
okay, buddy? Oh my god.
Here we are in 2018, and now low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit, 99 miles and 1,200 miles away. To be 238,000 miles away. That's a big difference.
One. NASA's Mars spacecraft, already across America, will do those things and more.
This is the spacecraft that's going to take humans to explore the solar system. It's the
Orion Multi-Mission or MPCV,
How did that grenade not fuck?
next-generation spacecraft will enable America to explore
area of danger. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve the challenge before space.
The plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and that will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers and other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit. So we
Unlike the previous program, we are setting a course for specific
I shot
early in
you.
the next decade.
I shot you too.
Set of pre-flight tests and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
So how did we send humans to the moon 6 times so early on, but we can't figure it out in 2000? How was it so easy to go to the moon in 1969? Lindsay blew it off. Who was that?
bodies.
It's a great experiment too, and I was thinking of using the mirror to that too.
Okay, so that's my other experiment I'll show you.
Oh, good.
My wife across a lake again. This time she's carrying a 4-foot mirror, walking along the beach to the water's edge. This is actually the video that I shot that made me a flat earther, because this is where she should have been doing about 12 feet temperature, supposedly. Again, I'm at about 2.5 feet off the water. She actually went to the water's edge, and I filmed her the whole way. Now, I guess I was just fortunate with these videos. It's perfect because it's hard to see, where you can actually see it that well.
What's that distance?
Let's see, I have it here. 6.
Is that the 100 that you're using there?
Yes, I am. Is on the other side.
Bay. And this is the top of the mirror that you use to locate water.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think you were...
walking straight towards the water level, and she's going to put the mirror right at the water. So you can get a perspective of how far away we are. Looks like Robotham was right. 6 miles, no curvature. Should be almost something like 16 feet. Let me call her again.
Walnut temp.
Good job.
Are you at the water level? At the water level?
Correct.
Okay, it's touching the water. Can you take a picture of it? That is a mirror at the water level. I definitely can see it. It is touching the water. I can see it. I see something flashing right there. Even with the waves. Okay, take a picture of it. Do me a favor, take a picture of where you're at right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a couple more photos, and I'll call you back when I'm done. Just stay where you are now.
One.
Well, we just proved that there is no curvature. Six miles, no curvature. Welcome to the flat world.
Alright.
One.
do it. You have so much to live for.
When Alan Dulles brought in all the Nazi scientists and so forth, they went to two places. They went to CIA and they went to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, which in our world we call in our world we call it not a space station. And as Kathy O'Brien said, clearly that's where the bulk of the control is.
Oh, fuck.
One other proof that I think is world believers don't quite understand what we're saying, but the fact that we have to believe that the sun is closer to us during this southern summer. And that to me is just insane. I had during the summer and the sun's right there. And during the southern summer, I can see the sun lower in the horizon, which is telling me that it's getting further from me. And
behind you.
Yet I'm supposed to believe that it's actually 3 million miles closer.
It's crazy. Absolutely no sense. Of course, the rebuttal to that is, well, no, it's because of the angle that the light is hitting. It's like getting rid of the angle is going to be the same. The sun is 800,000 miles in diameter. So the angle should be
what they'll say. Yeah, that's typical frozen tundra. The sun is just orbiting circles, or I guess we're orbiting whatever, but whatever, you're in the south, so the sun is beating down on you for 6 months, 5 months. Certainly it's not the same as the sunlight that we get here that would melt ice in a few hours.
Exactly. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? I mean, right there. That pretty much says it all. You look at this image on a ball earth, and the right, and the seawater is contained also. It absolutely goes along with that. It appears
no, he doesn't have the. Thanks.
Which makes no sense whatsoever.
Of course I did, you motherfucker. Coming for you too. Bitch.
Yes. No,
Yeah, it was
2
me.
days ago, I get a contact by I don't know the name in English. The guys that work on the plane. No mechanic. The guys that bring you the dinner.
The stewardess.
Yeah. So I have. Exactly.
Politically correct.
Yeah, exactly. So she sent me, because it's a woman. She sent me. She's from. Yeah, she's from from Dubai, not Dubai, sorry, Arabian Airways, and she traveled. You know, the base is in Dubai, and she travels all around the world, even go to Australia and things like that. And the husband is a pilot, and both are flat earthers. And he sent me the blueprint, for example, for the wind currents, and it's based on the AE map.
And so is like radio.
Yeah, it's a radial, and in fact, he told me and he sent me the picture that, for example, in the simulations, when they train, they are not allowed. There is no, for example, way to fly over Antarctica. It's not in the computer. For example, yeah, you fly and you take into a point, and you are not able to continue flying. You know, the continents. Right. And you know, and he sent me, she sent me all the papers from I'm trying to look to my cell phone. But, in fact, of course, I cannot make it public. But he sent me all the information. For example, the numbers for you know, taking into the consideration the fuel that is going to be used, the winds, the routes, and the winds in particular that are all based on AE map. You know, just telling you that.
Well, people who say the AE map doesn't work basically are basing that off of airline flight times, and they just don't get. Those aren't figured out by there's no pilot pressing the gas pedal to fly places. You know, this is all done by computer. It's done by autopilot. It's you know, figured into the system, and it would be very planes move a little bit faster than we think.
I knew you were gay.
Go further distances in a shorter amount of time. It wouldn't even be noticeable to anyone, and it's so easy for me to recognize that it would be very easy to fly over an AE map in the same amount of time that we're seeing on the globe, and then you put it on a globe and you have some times that may not make sense to somebody at first glance. It's a very good proof of the globe, right? Somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, you can't possibly fly like this picture here that's on the screen now. It's possible from New Zealand all the way to Santiago, Chile in 11.5 hours. Well, yeah, you're right. You can't unless you start realizing that there's a 250 mile per hour jet stream that is clearly used by those planes. And they get up in that jet stream, and in which case you have to then believe that either the plane is going like 300 miles per hour and it's taking advantage of those extra 250 miles per hour, so it's going a total of 560 and getting there in 11.5 hours. Or you can look at it and say, well, is that plane actually going 550? And then add in the 250 on top of the 550, and you get to, you know, 800 miles per hour. And all of a sudden, in 11.5 hours, that plane can go 9,000 miles.
All right, yeah, I was just playing around with this map, but I still find it.
I don't want any problem, but
Which is great. So hopefully it's something
you made this.
entirely restored, and then we also got those guys that took it down. And still have our reference point.
Freestyle there. Mike, go.
Hey, buddy. What you doing? It's okay. Not even. Oh, I'm not sure about that guy though. Yeah, you got him.
Don't talk to me about motherfucking lies. You motherfucking lies. You motherfucking lies. You motherfucking lies. That's what you're
Flattery. For now.
Who's you? Damn, man, dude, what the fuck? That was Spain blood.
Behind you, bro.
By the way, there's people shooting at us from up there.
Up there? Alright,
rock here.
Do you have any shotgun ammo?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, I got a shotgun just now. Thank you, bro. There's people coming from behind us. Yeah, I gotta reload.
Okay. I have low health. You have heal.
You see somebody?
Yeah, he's behind the wall.
I got one. You got something. You had ammo, you can have that ammo if you want it.
I don't know if I need it, but...
Above us.
There's one inside the building. Good job. Clean kill.
Got him.
Holy shit,
I
they're
got him.
natural.
Oh yeah, boy.
Can I come in?
I don't know.
Come in.
I'm coming in. I have a pistol and a shotgun.
Okay.
Coming up.
We're loaded too, so just don't pull anything funny. Alright. Here, I'm getting a phone call, guys. Gotta give you 1 second.
Yeah, we'll cover you.
Decky, get in that corner over here. That's right by the
What's
door.
up?
He looks like a GTA character. He's even having those
No.
calls and everything.
I can't.
He's like a GTA character. Look at that.
Alright.
Look at them cheeks, bro.
Yeah.
Someone's coming.
Alright.
Someone's in. Someone's in. Someone's in.
Got him.
Look at this.
Shit.
Yes, sir. We got a caravan going right here. Oh, wait.
Oh,
hey,
there's
guys,
one
guys,
there
guys.
behind the building. They're low on health.
Got him.
Nice.
I got
Can I
pills,
have
but I
some?
don't really have anything except for armor.
Anybody need health?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Really low.
I'm good.
Thanks.
I'm good.
Did you want this?
No, it's okay. You can keep it if you want. I don't have bullets.
I gotta go fix my
No,
wires.
no.
I'm gonna hide in this
You can
corner.
take it.
I don't think, but it's alright. Alright.
Alright, boys, we gotta get out of the city.
Yeah, we
It's
do that.
infested with zombies. Nothing.
One building.
Gunshots behind us. Good shit. I'm good right now.
Let me know.
Alright, where you guys wanna head?
Someone just killed himself.
As they apply to the horizon, so that these laws of physics, light, resolution, and perspective
Yo, yo. There's a zombie behind you!
Escorts the ATV.
mainstream science teaches
Okay, I
us
got you.
that the of a ball Earth as it curves away from us.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
boys,
that's not
got
idea.
sniper ammo now.
Yes, sir. Here, if I'm gonna look for my friend too, so if we see him along the way, we can pick him up. His name's Dummy Thick Anime Bitch. So if you see some Dummy Thick Anime Bitch,
It's gonna be hard though. You might try and kill it.
dude, if you see that name, let me know.
Not to mention the fact that
Hey, airdrop up there. It's in that direction.
Holy shit, yeah, it is.
You can try to
No
cop
idea.
it if you want to.
Where's the airdrop? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, over
Alright,
there.
how about this? I'm gonna take someone with me, and then I'm gonna come back and pick the other person up.
I think we can go all if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's only 2 people. Alright, can I help it on? Try
Yeah,
to
it's
take
over.
it on.
Try. A second. How do I get up? You used to be able to get
Yeah,
up.
sit on the front.
Yeah, yeah. No, you can't anymore. Probably a patch. Okay, go.
Wait, do you want to get up instead?
Yeah, let someone get on. Watch out.
I got you. Yeah, let's just go.
I'll come back and pick you
Alright,
up.
we'll get back.
shit. Oh shit, I'm sliding.
It's okay, it's okay. Oh, by the way, you can go with what's the name? The throttle, I think. No, when you reverse, the reverse climbs better.
Oh yeah. Alright, this is good.
Alright, do you know where it's at?
It's up there.
Oh, one of my homies is underneath.
There's people over there. There's people up there.
This guy's at the top of the
There's,
stone.
yeah.
Okay, there's a sniper over there. He told me there's a sniper.
I got a sniper too, so we'll be a sniper.
Okay, good. You want to sneak up this
Yeah,
side?
let's
Right here?
go split around. Oh shit, he's aiming at us. He's aiming at us.
My friend is over there.
This determines the size. So once again,
I got him. I got him.
Good shit, good shit.
He dropped him.
Alright, drop, cheers, boys.
Need some pills.
angular resolution.
Yeah, you need meds?
Oh, I need meds.
Shut up quite a bit.
Thanks.
Airdrop, boys.
Times the wavelength of light divided by the diameter of the lens
Oh,
aperture.
oh, my friend's coming. Oh guys, we actually got the airdrop.
It's the first time I see this. I had no idea. That's your friend? Shit, we have to break it up and move. We are being shot at.
Go, grab it.
I grabbed the weapon. Is there anything
go.
else?
No, it's just 2 weapons. I got one.
Okay, just go. Ah, the other guy was so happy about the airdrop and
Oh no, right behind the hill, right behind the rock, right behind the rock.
Shit.
Ah!
Revenge, motherfucker. It's my airdrop.
Allows us to determine that it is moving further and further. For objects coming toward us, the angle will get larger. Help us determine the size of the about 1 arc minute, which equals 0.0.
Holy shit! Well, good job, boys. I hope you learned your lessons.
Because you can estimate what the diameter is of the pupil, opening of the eye. 3 millimeters, 5 millimeters, a little bit larger, 9 millimeters, dark, pupil of dust. We can calculate what it is. If I take 4 millimeters, I put it for 4 millimeters. If I take lambda 5,000 angstroms, not an unreasonable value, then I find that the best angular resolution of the human eye is half an arc minute. Cannot be any better. There's just no way around it. You're always stuck with the diffraction limitation. Fascinating thing, because what does diffraction actually mean? That it is a limitation that is put upon us, on everyone, also God. No one can bypass diffraction. no matter how
Oh!
I fucking ran out of ammo.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna see if I can get a weapon to kill you. I'll be right back. Wait! Not yet.
Use these concepts is to demonstrate with logic that there are scientifically proven and verifiable factors that determine how far we can see with our own eyes and with telescopes. Angular resolution equations are used by NASA.
What's up behind you?
Oh, wait!
Hey, are you my teammate? Oh yeah, no, he's cool. Come in here.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, we were at the airdrop together. Yeah.
Fuck.
Here, take a pistol here.
Oh, nice.
If the Earth was flat, then we should be able to see Europe across the ocean.
You need to get more bullets.
You get the fuck out of town.
I have.
Is there another airdrop? I heard something.
Yeah, I heard another airdrop going. I got 4 bullets in my dig. Here,
Oh,
I'm gonna
there.
check these-
There's the airdrop. Look.
Oh, hey yo, I just got a fucking from us, dude.
Oh, there's someone there. That's the guy that got the airdrop.
What the hell is there?
That's the guy that killed us. He got the airdrop.
I think I got him.
Got him. I got him.
Good.
Oh, careful. Shot it from mine. Ah, damn it! Ah, fuck!
Scientific community, in spite of these
I'm sorry.
scientifically proven and accepted limitations on light propagation and resolution, is that the reason we can't see across the ocean is because we live on a spinning ball. Do you see the trick that they're playing? It's like telling little children that a guy with a sleigh in the North Pole brings them presents on Christmas. It sounds outlandish even to children, but they don't know any better.
Oh
and
god,
they
we're
don't
being shot
actually
at.
see the
Holy
parents
shit.
leaving the presents, and they're given this story by the
Yeah, I'm with the guy with the homie.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Oh god damn it, get the fucking dead.
Or we see ships and buildings disappear bottom first as they get
Behind you.
away. So we study for us and provide reliable explanations. For hundreds of years, the scientific authorities, now the space agencies, have both knowingly and unknowingly
That doesn't tell me who you are.
with their own
Alright, whatever, welcome to the squad. Give me some skin, homie.
and most people just accept their models without researching or using
You want
reason.
this?
People did think about the issues critically and logically.
At least I killed him.
They would see that the authority is giving us beautifully wrapped presents and putting out cookies for their fictional Santa Claus. In this case, a spinning ball Earth. One way they fill this gap is to use the angular distance of a sky object to invent their model. The angular diameter, or apparent size, is an angular measurement of how large an object appears from a given point of view. For example, it involves looking at the sky and determining that the sun and moon have an angular diameter of about 31 or 32 arc minutes, which equals a half of a degree. So this is the angle created in our eye or in a telescope, which means that the sun and the moon can be around 31 miles in diameter and 3,500 miles up. Or, as the authorities claim, the moon is 2,159 miles in diameter and 137,000 miles away. And they claim the sun is 864,575 miles in diameter and 93 million miles away. You see, both measurements are correct based on the angle we see from Earth. Knowing the angular diameter or apparent size of a celestial body, we can easily invent a model using trigonometry. We could say the sun is 500 miles in diameter and 57,000 miles away, or maybe it is only 5 miles in diameter and 500 miles up. Or, if we wanted to get really crazy, we could invent a sun that is 2 million miles in diameter and 229 million miles away. Of course, if we did that, we would then have to adjust all of the diameters and orbital speeds of the planets, and distances. But this should give you an idea of how they have constructed their model, because they are all built on apparent sizes, the angular diameter of lights in the sky visible from Earth. So,
Hey guys.
relationally, the math works out. They then construct their universe model around this, filling in and changing the numbers as needed to fit their assumptions. This is why the spins and orbits are so ridiculous, yet mathematically they work out. It's all based on
Yo, it's okay.
Hey, what's up, man? You shoot that guy?
Assertion of boats going over the
You have
edge of
pistol?
a ball Earth
Ammo?
is
No one knows.
Check out this
I don't have any ammo for
Okay.
it.
This guy filmed some great
Yeah, that's
sky
right.
and horizon shots showing that objects can be brought back into view.
Yeah, sometimes.
His shots also
Yeah,
demonstrate
I'm not sure about that guy though.
and the resolution
shit.
limit of these objects at those distances.
Seems okay.
Boats, once they are close enough to resolve, appear like little smudges,
The fuck
and
are
they
their
also
weapons?
appear to be floating above the horizon. Boats are not mirages floating in the air, although there is an inferior that appears floated below the actual boats in his footage.
Nice.
To prove this, he actually tracks
He
them
yelled me.
all the way in.
Okay.
And the closer a boat gets, the more resolved it becomes, and the more detail you can see. This is a perfect illustration of visual acuity and the angular resolution of the camera, which is obviously better than our eyes, but the principle is the same. And again, if you increase your altitude, say to the top of a hotel or in an airplane or on a mountain, you create better angles and you can of course see further. But even there, you will eventually reach a resolution limit. It is unavoidable, but it is not an edge that Santa Claus is falling over. Look at the water in his shots. Some would call the resolved water line the horizon, but you can clearly see boats fully in the water beyond the resolved water line. You can even barely make out the water being sprayed up from the motor. The water extends beyond the resolved water line,
So now what?
but it is too far and at too sharp of an angle for the camera or your eye to completely.
Yeah, that guy shot me.
There's also a lot of diffraction due to this.
He shot me, he shot me.
Therefore, you get a blurred section that reflects
The
the
fuck?
sky and the boat as an inferior mirage. Again, this happens beyond a point where the eye or camera can no longer clearly resolve the water due to the angle and diffraction. It is where your eye or camera can no longer distinguish points of light. The image blurs and turns into...
Where? Oh, when? Oh shit!
Look at the shimmering and changing edges of the top of the water line as the camera resolves it at its maximum.
There's people up there shooting at us down here.
Beyond this distance, the water
Oh, snipers?
presents too small of an angle
Don't think
to
they have
resolve any
sniper, but
detail.
yeah, they're
At this
sniping us.
point, it does
Yeah.
exactly what a road will do on a hot day. It reflects the light waves.
Well, we gotta
from the
move
mirror,
on, so
because the eye or camera can more easily
maybe go that
resolve
way?
these reflected
Lost
light
bullet.
rays than
Sure,
they
why
can
not?
the actual surface of
Alright,
the
let's go.
road or water. On the ground or on the water, you can see the inferior mirage or reflection of the boats and cars.
I really wish we
Some
could jump
people
here.
will claim that the boat itself is a superior mirage
Yeah.
and that the actual boat is over the edge
Imagine
of
like
a ball.
Apex Legends on
This
VR.
is silly
You
for
wanna go
two
get that
reasons.
quad over there?
Number one,
Why not?
a
Let's go.
superior mirage is inverted, and number two, in this footage, he takes these boats the entire way in, so you can
Nice.
verify with your own eyes how a boat will barely come into view as a small blur, and then as it gets closer and closer, the angles get larger, and your eye can then resolve more and more detail. This is
You have
observable,
bullets?
repeatable, apparent,
Huh? You have
and can be
bullets?
verified by anyone.
Because I don't have
Unlike
bullets to
NASA's
shoot.
theory,
Because
of course,
one
that
of us is gonna shoot,
nobody
the
can
other is gonna
verify
drive.
unless they can
I don't have
Yeah,
bullets.
I got some bullets, yeah.
Finally, I would like to discuss the issue of boats
Alright, there you go.
being which many people also object being over the
Gonna check
edge
box.
of a
Shit, 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 shit.
is simply by increasing your speed. If there was a massive body obscuring the boat or building, this would be apparent from higher up.
Hello.
Our eyes are not
It's okay.
that bad. We can clearly distinguish slopes and hills in the distance.
You got it?
And when you
Hills
increase your
here.
altitude, you can clearly see
You good?
that the target object lies on the same flat plane as the original observation
You
point.
don't want it?
This is simply
Okay.
a function of perspective, angular resolution, and
What are you
diffraction.
shooting at?
When
Oh,
you
I see.
stand on the seashore, you can see a horizon line, which is basically the limit of your ability to resolve the water, because at a certain distance, the angle becomes too small and diffraction also becomes low. Above this waterline horizon will be everything that your eye can see above your eye level.
The
For
Joe.
example,
Do you need help?
from the
You
beach,
good?
I can see about 3 to 4 miles of the water's surface,
Sure.
which, in my field of view, extends
The
from
behind
my
us,
feet
behind us,
to my
behind us,
eye
behind you,
level,
behind you,
and it
behind you,
represents
behind you.
my horizon, and the sight
Oh,
to my eye
nice
level.
shot.
Now, there are hotels located about 18 miles away in this picture, and these hotels are above my horizon line and appear to be cut off by the horizon. Not because they are over the edge of a ball, this is simply the point where they fit in due to perspective, where objects that are closer are in front of objects that are further away, which is also a function of diffraction and angular resolution. I cannot resolve the hotels any lower because the angle is too small. If I could resolve the hotels lower, then logically I would be able to resolve more of the surface
Just use the
of
smoke.
water at a greater distance. But we know this is not possible due to the laws of physics. However, if I were to go up in an airplane, I would be able to see the entire distance from the beach to the hotel, and I could also see that it is flat as a pancake. The hotel is not obscured by the edge of a magic ball. It is simply perspective and angle of view. The limit of what I can see above and below my eye level converge at what we call the horizon line or vanishing point. So check out this little experiment I did. In order to simulate the size and distance of that hotel, I took a small glass bottle and put it on the road and then filmed from ground level. Now the hotel is about 18 stories, which equals about 180 to 200 feet. I used 250 feet
You need a
to
silencer?
be conservative and to give it some
Wait.
room above the actual water line. And the distance is
Ah, it doesn't work on these
17.5
places.
meters. Glass bottle is 2.5 inches.
It doesn't work
so
on that gun, I guess.
meant that I would have to put it at a distance of about 107 feet
Yeah.
to get the same ratio. Now, when I started filming, I was standing up and I could zoom in on the bottle, the entire bottle, top to bottom. And then I
Nice clothes.
I got nothing. It's your
You
choice.
got clothes.
There's someone behind you.
You haven't.
And
Yeah,
on the
no, it's
ground,
okay.
it's actually
But you got a
concerned
new suit. You
because
said you
the
got
lens
nothing.
Yeah.
is still
Just
about
get naked.
an inch to an inch and a half above the ground, though this is a conservative.
Yeah, you guys shoot me if you want. I just
And
killed the
when
guy.
I
So,
zoom
you know.
in, you can see now that the angle of resolution is just
Yeah, there's a airdrop coming. No, it's okay. I had the
in those
fingerprint.
pictures and videos where buildings or boats are cut off at the bottom.
Oh,
Your eye
there's the
cannot
airdrop.
resolve the detail of the surface of the ground or the bottom of that bottle. It's just
Oh, nice.
too sharp of an angle.
I already
You
got
can even
this.
actually see beyond the
You
bottle
want
where
it?
the road is again the same color because
Okay.
your eye can
Behind
resolve
you,
that
behind
a
you.
little bit better because it makes it clear and the angle is a little better on the road beyond where the bottle is. So it's a pretty good experiment. It shows you the effect of diffraction and angular resolution. And
Let's go
again,
for the
even
airdrop.
on the ground, the lens of the camera is about an inch and a half off the ground, which when you compare that to the bottle, that is almost
there.
half of the bottle. So that would probably equal an observer that is about 100 or 150 feet in the air filming the hotel in New Smyrna. So if I was actually on the ground with the camera, I'm sure that the diffraction would probably cover almost the entire bottle, if not half the bottle, and it would look exactly like the water line covering these hotels or these boats. But you can see the principle It's verifiable and it's repeatable.
Nice.
So
What is that?
it's an explanation. We don't have to use the Santa Claus
Is it for my
falling
weapon?
over the edge of a bar to explain what we're doing. Standing on the beach at sea level.
Oh, yes, it is.
obviously,
Nice.
The field of view from my feet to the horizon is much shorter due to the angle. Again, on the beach is a limit for a 6-foot tall individual. Yet the distance of my field of view above the horizon will be much greater.
Now,
due
where's
to
the
angle.
airdrop?
Therefore, I can see most of a hotel 18
There he
miles
is.
away, but again, not the bottom of the
There's probably
hotel
people
due to
waiting.
the angular resolution and the angle of perspective. The same principle applies to a sunset or a sunrise. The waterline horizon at the beach is about 3
There's
to 4
people there.
miles out. Yet the sun is thousands of miles out when it disappears due to the limit of angular resolution and light propagation. We can see the sun at a much further distance because it is so large and high in the sky. But just like anything else,
Holy
once it
shit,
gets
zombie
far
behind you.
away from the observer, the angle is so small appearing to go
So, we finally gathering to build a civilization?
expect to see
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when we first met, now we have a whole group. Great.
As a military technique, it is due to a spinning ball Earth. It simply vanishes at the waterline horizon due to perspective. Even the sun is subject to the laws of perspective, angular
So
resolution.
does the military
and
chest give
diffraction.
better loot than
With a sunrise,
Yeah,
we see
Alright.
Who wants it? I don't want it for it.
I'll take it. Therefore, the side of us is
Have yourself.
a section of the sun. Again, due to the laws of
Who gave me the AK? Was it
the sun
No.
Oh, Chuck.
say that it is due to the spin
Sean,
of the
talking
large
about I can give you my
ribbon,
shotgun for
but I
zombies.
think perspective makes more sense.
So we get
and the
special
sun
ammo,
is
I can
simply
shoot this
coming
thing.
into our field of
Oh,
view
yeah.
due to, again, resolution. The problem that truth seekers, flat earthers face when trying to expose lies and deception.
Look at us
is that
eradicating all the zombies
most
in the
people
area.
put their minds on sleeping mode. They put their trust in the so-called
All we need is building.
What the fuck are they
and
doing?
explain the reasons for phenomena that we observe. This is not to
I
say
have a
that
great
this
idea, guys. Why don't you build computers so we can play video games?
an incorrect model. What is happening is that everyone is so specialized that they only see a small portion of the big picture.
I guess
We're
it's one of our
basically
guys.
compartmentalized due to the level of sophistication of technology and economy.
We can get an airdrop.
People are also conditioned.
I have six.
How do you see your
to
points?
You
conform
hold out your score
to
menu, and then
obey
there's your kills, your
and
death, and
repeat
then your score, and then
government-sanctioned science. People are conditioned to treat any questioning of the spinning ball Earth as idiotic and primitive. If you mention flat Earth, the reaction is guaranteed to be ridicule, laughter, or even anger at the stupidity of such a statement.
right over there.
There's not much
We're gonna have to go for that now.
Yeah, let's do it.
I personally
What is the size?
Everyone to the airdrop.
That's an airdrop, huh?
into question
Where's it
the
coming? Where is it at?
scientifically accepted
I can't
model
see. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I wasn't
You have a
looking high enough.
bazooka? What the fuck?
of NASA.
You can kill really get weapons.
Agencies and
We
government
gotta watch out for
scientists
the guy who called it in.
and we are going to need much more.
We gotta become friendly with him, or
There's like 7 of us. Let's be friendly. If he shoots at us, we kill him.
Stories.
Imagine seeing like
people behave each other.
It'd be mean to shoot him without at least offering him a chance, you know?
By learned
gonna be
and-
There's like 10 people in the server.
So, in closing, I just want to reiterate that
It's actually too
there are
funny.
other alternatives to the theories that were taught to us as fact by space agencies
ATV.
and political or scientific authorities. There are logical and scientifically accepted laws of physics, such as angular resolution, diffraction, and perspective.
Somebody's stealing my fucking.
in this pursuit. You don't
That
need to
zombie's
be
right
trained
here.
to
Okay, so it's coming
have a
down here.
PhD in physics
Yeah.
to
Look at that zombie.
understand
You see that zombie, right?
ability to see.
fast, they
Now,
can't.
all ability to
Somebody's
think
down there.
and use logic and reason. Otherwise,
Can I
there are
cuff?
many
That's
opportunistic groups of individuals and do the
What happened?
thinking for
Oh, we
us.
lost one guy.
And these groups may not always have our best interests at heart.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
In fact,
He's dead, he's dead.
who cannot or will
Nice,
not
nice go.
think for themselves.
Was that the guy with the drum,
This,
I'm guessing?
I believe, is the modern day
Did he add pills?
manifestation of slavery.
Come on, you don't be like that.
Where most people
Oh,
no
is
he
longer
dead?
think like humans
Yes, yes.
He had a good weapon, Jesus.
and react.
Yeah, he's dead.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Jesus Christ.
This is part of a series of clues that can help you get your head
Yeah.
around.
Anyone has the AR ammo?
And who has been involved in the
Well, what's the AR ammo? Is it like the orange one, or? I have no clue, man. I'm new.
Oh my god, this
Oh,
is
thanks.
Rust all over again.
Try this one.
Richard E. Burr. Relationship with secretive.
Yeah, I got some. The pressure, man.
Some of you have
Got
followed
some
the
AR
legend
ammo
of
for you.
Richard Burr through the Oliver
Thanks.
We
So
aren't
is this
gonna be
part where
covering
we
all
kill
of it.
ourselves
There you go.
because of the airdrop, or?
Thanks, man.
Instead, focus on a man and his
Oh,
involvement.
We are being shot from up there.
Born in 1880.
People,
Getting shot at. Specialized in defensive exploration.
Sorry, I'll give you the gun back. It's
Pioneering
just,
American
there's more important things.
Hold on, I'll shoot the guy on top.
Polar explorer.
Yeah.
Aircraft navigator.
Someone drop the shotgun. Who wants the shotgun?
The worst environments in the world. And the youngest admiral in the history of the Navy. In addition, his list of awards takes up several pages in Wikipedia, including 3 ticker tape parades in his honor. In short, he was Indiana Jones on steroids. Some people would say that Roy Chapman Andrews was the real Indiana Jones. You might be right. He's 60s
nice shot.
and twice on Sunday.
Good job,
There
good
we
job.
go.
I mention all his accolades to paint a picture.
You guys got him?
Yeah, this guy got him. Oh, there's someone else up there, behind the rock.
Every chance they had to put him in charge of special missions. Large-scale mission
Good
was
job.
an expedition to Antarctica in 1928. This was no
Okay.
even though he had just been 26.
It's like
All expeditions
off the
from
server
1928
versus
on
them.
were focused on the south.
That was someone's gun. I don't know
Less
whose
than
it
2
was.
years.
But... Oh, we got fucking war going on? There's 2 guys over there. There's 2 guys over there.
The second Antarctic expedition ran from 1933 to 1935, and his third from 39 to 40.
Oh, yeah, you go.
While in Antarctica,
So,
What can I use 2 sides for, man?
had their own
anyone's up for a
Well,
campfire?
actually, the point is you use it into
Oh shit! Over there.
Yeah, this gun's probably useless at this
But then something strange happened. He went back to Antarctica.
I'm gonna get up here and split
Yeah,
this
some
shit
of you
out,
were
okay?
surprised because you've been there since 1928. I agree with you. It's the how. Military operations.
Oh shit!
Aircraft carrier group that included 13 support ships. Admiral Byrd led 4,700 men to the South Pole for reasons that are still shrouded.
Let's kill.
Some say they were chasing the remaining Nazi fleet, even though Germany had surrendered a full year earlier. Others say there was a Nazi base established in Antarctica during the war, but Admiral Byrd was absent.
Not a
None of
bad
these
shot,
theories
though.
are important
Holy
for this
shit.
video. We do know that the U.S. had sent an excessively large military force to the ice, all under the guise of peaceful intentions. During this operation, Admiral Byrd told a Chile newspaper this: "The most important result of his observations and discoveries is the potential effect that they have in relation to the security of the United States. The fantastic speed in which the world is shrinking," called the Admiral, "is one of the most important lessons learned during his recent Antarctic exploration. I have to warn my compatriots that the time is ending when we were able to take refuge in our own isolation and rely on the certainty that the distances, the oceans, and the poles." Admiral Byrd Long Ein's Chronoscope. A horrible name, but a decent show. I've added a segment of it at the end of this video and linked it in the description. During this television interview, the first spoke of as large as the United States, which no one had set foot on. He then went on to say that there would probably be expeditions year after year because the US government had really become interested. The interviewers then probed as to why the interest in the South, when any perceived military threat from Russia, keep in mind this was 1954, from the North. They went on to say that it was the most valuable and important place in the world for science. It involved the future of the nation, an untouched reservoir of untapped resources, including coal, oil, minerals, and uranium. He added that at the time of the interview, there were 7 nations currently engaged in Antarctica, including Russia, Australia, Argentina, Chile, and New Zealand. During the interview, the Admiral talked about planning the next military mission to Antarctica. It was called Operation Deep Freeze, and ran from 1955 to 1956. The mission was completed, and he supposedly returned home. Now this is where you come in and say, so what? Normally I agree with you, except for what happened next. Nothing happened next. The missions just suddenly stopped, and that was it. No other expeditions, military or otherwise, were conducted on the continent, ever. Then a treaty was put in place, banning any country from doing basically anything. The end. And if you're wondering what you're missing, it's this. Admiral Byrd goes on television, says that this massive body of land, most of which sits on a plateau 2 miles high, is rich with every resource you could ever want, energy rich, pristine, with no indigenous population or plant life. And every country that has sent teams is ready to carve it up like a big turkey. Not to mention, there's an expanse of land larger than the United States they haven't even looked at. And out of the blue, everyone just calls the whole thing off? There are no environmentalists in 1959. This is land of diner food in 20-cent cans. I'm calling total BS on this one. The dollar value of the initial resources found would have fueled armies of greedy companies. So what happened? That's what. And the last
Got one
thing
guy.
we're going to do is let unsupervised companies
Well, you shot me.
regardless of the money. Even if it was hundreds of miles away, you couldn't allow resource corporations even into a safe area, and then years down the road as they expanded, tell them, sorry, you can't go beyond this point. When the companies ask why, what would you tell them? And now the interior of Antarctica is off limits, with no revisions until the year 2041. You can take tours of the outer islands, but there is a hidden line enforced by the military that you will not be able to cross, because the interior is actually the exterior edge. It's there, it's hidden, and it's protected. The Earth you live on is flat. So do some of your own research and ask questions. Please feel free to email me at namesargent23@comcast.net or 303-494-6631.
These are the days when, by buying a ticket on a commercial airliner, you can fly across the world and drink a cocktail at the same time. You know, only 3 or more years ago, our guest tonight found out whether there was any land north of the North American continent. He made that first discovery flight, and I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless.
Oh, there.
Admiral Byrd, you traveled the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any natural land on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find that. But military. Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite stunning. Should be an area that's unexplored. So there's a lot of adventure down in the bottom. Admiral, an expedition now in row. Oh, there. What is that expedition? Well, that's the icebreaker, and it's a reconnaissance expedition. It's going down to the South Pole area.
Sorry. Get down.
No, I don't want nothing with this.
They will report back, and upon the information we get from that undertaking, we will base the bigger expedition at the Is that very definitely planned, or is that is being planned right now? So I'm willing to say to you that there will be a number of expeditions that will follow, I think, year after year.
Hey there.
The world, because the government
I didn't want no trouble. You forced me.
You're our greatest challenger. So we wrote the book. Why this interest in the bottom of the world? Nobody living down there.
Almost 3 boy.
Careful behind you. No,
yeah, I'll stick with you for now.
There's also.
Oh, wait, Gorilla.
Oh, hello.
Oh, what's up?
Yo.
Yo, hey, so everybody just.
Say what?
Real cool. Oh, I guess not. I'm out of ammo.
Here, take this.
Oh, okay.
Those to come after us, or even during your lifetime, because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. And you know, as the world swings with ever-increasing acceleration, far-flung places once useless, like we thought the North Pole was, and no man's land, become very useful. The bottom of the world will be important, not only to us, but to our allies.